All right, you're still watching Ways, the International Day of Living Together in Peace, held on the 16th of May every year. The day is celebrated on the 16th of May throughout the world, and with its annual observance, it aims to urge people to live together in a united and peaceful way. Individuals can attain this by listening to each other and respecting one another despite their differences. Living together in peace is all about accepting differences and having the ability to listen to recognize, respect, and appreciate others, as well as living in a peaceful and united world. So this is a very, very important day, especially in Nigeria, with the recent, killing of the young girl in Sokoto, right? It just tells you that we have so much intolerance, for other people.
Yeah.
We don't make excuses for people who are not, it's not going my way, then
it's my way
or the highway. So this is a very important day, and I'm hoping that, so for Nigeria, I hear that it is impossible for us to live in peace because of the foundation. So that the only way we can come back to that point of peace is if we go back to the foundation, the root, and say, okay, where did we make errors, and correct it from the foundation, right? So not just shoving a nation on people's throats. Instead, everybody come together, come on the table and say, okay, you know what? This is why we have to be together. I've heard that argument, and I think it makes sense. So it's just like, for instance, you are in, what would I call it now, in a marriage or something, right? If the foundation is faulty, instead of trying so hard to live together in peace, sometimes it's important for you to go back to the root. Where was it done wrong? And you now sit down and say, okay, do we really want to be together as husband and wife? If the answer is yes, what are you bringing to the table? What am I bringing to the table? Then we then sit down. And I think that is a healthier way, so everybody understands and respects everybody's, abilities and whatever it is that they're bringing to the table. And that's where we are with our country right now in Nigeria, right? We have so many agitations everywhere, different groups and everything. So the only sensible thing to do is actually to sit down and say, okay, how can we attain
How can we get
peace?
married?
Yes. How can we
The
get married?
nations
Yes. How can we get
live in
married
peace?
and live peacefully?
And if we can't get married and live in peace,
So what do we need to do?
just
Do you understand? You
go
can
our
even make it a
separate
transaction.
ways.
We don't have to be at peace with each other, but you have something that I want. I have something that you want. So let's make it a transaction. And how can we make it a fantastic transaction, right? So I suppose just sitting down and just shoving it under everybody's nose that you must be together as one. It doesn't work anymore because everybody's wiser. Everybody has seen this is what I'm capable of doing without the nation. So if you want me, then you must tell me what you're giving to me, what you're offering.
yeah, but at the same time, so many people are still rooting for one Nigeria. So if it's not working, because I don't know, I think we're still going to be one, in
I
spite
love the idea of us being one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that we should.
You're just saying that
I'm
they
saying
should
that
come to the table and then address it again.
Yes.
And then agree, consent to
Thank
being
you.
one.
There should be a consensus that this is why we need to be one.
But you know what? If you check it, like now we have, since we are still talking about this whole Sokoto thing, the governor of Sokoto has come out to make a statement. The Sultan of Sokoto has come out to make a statement. So even if these leaders come and sit at the round table and they agree to live together in peace with every other state, how about the other people in the state? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because even as it is right now, the leaders are in agreement with this peace, and they are not even, mixing word right now. They what they're saying is that they do not condone.
You must back your words with actions.
Some of them, are not.
Some of them are
ready to
not,
back.
and that's why there will always be that gap. At some point. Let's move on quickly. What did you find for us in the news?
Okay, so today in the news, I found Kaduna government bans any form of religious protest. So it says that the Kaduna state government on Saturday banned any form of religious protest, just as it warned that any violator will be prosecuted. The governor, Nasi Ahmed El-Rufai, has charged security agencies to ensure strict enforcement of this ban against any form of religious protest in the state. The governor also charged religious leaders, community leaders, and traditional rulers throughout the state to complement the efforts of government and security agencies towards the maintenance of peace and stability. Security agencies have thus resolved that any attempt by individuals or groups to disrupt the peace and stability of the state by way of religious protest will not be condoned. This step by the government is an attempt to prevent the ongoing violent protest in Sokoto over the arrest of the killer of Shehu Shagari College of Education student Sokoto. The protest, according to the authorities, has led to injuries, although nobody has been confirmed dead, but properties belonging to the people and churches have allegedly been burnt by the irate protesters. Yeah, so I think, you know, what's so funny is the fact that the government have stood up to tell everybody to step down. Agencies, government agencies come out and take charge. So what they should see and realize is that at the end of the day, the laws of the land are still supreme. So when I say supreme, I'm saying that they're still higher than our religious laws. So why in the first place would you think about taking the laws into your hands? You understand? If you say somebody commits this crime against your religion, your laws, whatever, what is supposed to reign supreme over every other law is the law of the state. Now the government have stepped up to say everybody stay at home, you know, no more protests, no more religious protests. And they're going to say yes to that, because if they do not, then the government agencies will take control.
Absolutely. Yes. I think we need more of that across board. So airline operators of Nigeria have announced plans to disrupt scheduled flight operations over scarcity of aviation fuel. This was an announcement that was signed by the spokesperson, Professor Biora. The operator lamented that aviation fuel scarcity would lead to flight rescheduling and cancellation. The airline operator wishes to alert the public of impending disruptions of flights, operations of members of association. The development is being forced on by the growing scarcity of aviation fuel, popular as Jet A1. The scarcity is impacting negatively on the seamless conduct of air transport operations and would lead to flight rescheduling and cancellation. Remember last week we were taking the story where they said that the government was giving them some form of subsidy and all of that. Now they are coming back again to say that there's a lot of scarcity in aviation. Currently, right now, air travel seems to be the most reliable travel right now within Nigeria.
Reliable and safe.
Right? So now when we're having this, it's a big issue. Well, we're hoping that we can find... So I'm really tired of all this conversation around our oil and gas sector, because I still cannot understand why certain things cannot just work. You know, why can't we have a functional refinery? Why can't we have us producing some of this fuel ourselves? Why do we have all these shortages? The thing still just bothers my head. But you know what? I will probably look for an expert to bring in on Wednesday to discuss this, so that we can have clarity on what the way forward. Because even me, I felt that subsidy or whatever it was, it is still not. It's like you're compounding the problem. We're already facing subsidy on petrol. You are now worsening the situation. Let us just face our reality.
Yes.
And let us even know what, and let's know what our reality is. So we stop, because again, the corruption that has ensued from some of these conversations, it's just too alarming. So let's just face it fair and square and know where we are as a nation. If we are going to be paying 200K to Abuja, so be it. So everybody,
whatever is not necessary, then you don't even begin.
You sit there in your house.
Yes.
All right. So we'll come back from the break as we discuss the politics of money, right, and the impact on good governance. Stay with us. We'll be right back.